influencers are unpredictable. Considering anyone can go viral overnight, you never really know who the next trending internet star is going to be. That being said, you also have no idea what the next big influencer is going to say or do. Good or bad, you can guarantee millions of people will be there watching your every move. Today we're counting down the top 10 influencers who were cancelled in 2022. Make sure to let me know in the comments below which influencer should have already been cancelled by 2022 and which one you think will bounce right back. At number 10, Acacia Kersey. Getting her start on Tumblr almost a decade ago, Kersey has accumulated quite the list of controversies. She's been called out for racism, mistreatment of her pets, stealing other people's work, and even neglecting her children. Acacia has two daughters, Brinley and Rosemary, or Rosie. Now Rosie has a medical condition that affects her heart, and in watching her family vlogs, people have pointed out some unacceptable behavior from Acacia. There have been clips of Rosie unattended on the floor, unclipped nails, and with an unsanitary tube in her nose due to it not being washed after a doctor's visit. Acacia and her husband even took their daughters camping in the woods just days after Rosie had a big operation instead of keeping her home and resting. I could go on, but the most recent thing that really made people ditch Acacia is when she stole from another creator. Kersey announced that she was going to start selling her own presets, which are filters you can use for photos, after her own Instagram was receiving praise. She released a pack of multiple presets but ended up taking it down just the next day. Apparently, small business owner Ash of Cherry Photo Club had confronted Acacia, accusing her of stealing her photo presets and presenting a lot of proof. Acacia did apologize, but customers wanted their money back. This only drove her reputation further into the ground because she said she'd already spent the money and couldn't give refunds. Acacia hustled selling homemade Mickey Mouse ears and flipping furniture, which eventually got her the money for the refunds. After that, she deleted her entire Instagram except for one photo proving the refunds were received and left the internet. That was until a few weeks ago when she returned. Apparently now she's divorced and pregnant again. Will she have any supporters to come back to, or are her haters just waiting to see what she does next? Number 9, Gabbie Hanna. After an eventful year online full of discoveries, spiritual breakthroughs, rants, spiritual breakdowns, neck tattoos, and even claiming to be God at one point, Gabbie Hanna has taken the advice of viewers and gotten some help. Despite her recent switch, I know there are a lot of people who will just not be returning to the Gabbie Hanna fandom. The former Vine star and YouTuber had fans concerned for her well-being and mental health throughout this year due to her concerning activity and content on TikTok. Hanna at one point even posted at least 200 videos within a few days on the app. During her frequent posting, she would discuss her newfound insights on religion, even claiming to being the second coming of Christ at one point, filmed what seemed to be a possible break-in, and concerned fans to the point where the LAPD were called to her house multiple times. Hanna's erratic behavior was out of the blue for her, almost making a complete 180 from her prior promotional content for her music. Gabbie would make videos of her dancing, reciting poetry, singing in the tub, and would even post things that led viewers to believe she may attempt to take her own life. Gabbie referred to God as Daddy for a while and even said he was the one in charge of her socials. Basically, it was hard to watch, but the more fans worried, the more she would yell about how she was fine, so many of them left. Now, recently Hanna has returned to the platform, seemingly back to a better mental state, apologizing for and explaining her behavior, but for a lot of people, I think the damage has already been done. Number 8, Ruby Franke. She came to YouTube fame with her family on their channel called 8 Passengers. Throughout their time on the platform, they've shared their day-to-day lives, including things that viewers saw as a red flag. The way Ruby and her husband Kevin would show uncomfortable private moments of their kids, like when they were being punished, raised concerns, but the actual punishments themselves were even worse. Gradually, people began noticing and speaking out about the parents' harmful behavior towards their 6 children, and noticed that Ruby especially was very strict with them. One incident that really shocked people online was when they took away their son's bed for 7 months as punishment. Over the years of terrible treatment towards their children, viewers have warned Ruby and Kevin that once their kids move out for college, they'll never look back. Flash forward to now, and their oldest daughter Sherry did just that. After much speculation about Sherry's relationship with her parents, she finally spoke out and confirmed that she has no relationship with her mother or father. She did mention she hoped for a reunion sooner than later, but as of now, things aren't good. Now fans are even more done with Ruby as she takes on a new business venture featured called Connections, where she gives parenting advice for a price. Clearly people think she is the last woman who should be giving parenting advice and are so done with her behavior. Even Ruby's sister has said that Connections has torn them apart, trashing Connections, and in a year Ruby went from 8 passengers to 1. At number 7, Jeffree Star. Despite him being cancelled before, Star continues to be shut down even when keeping things low-key. Star was involved in some pretty heated drama on YouTube with the beauty community a couple years back. That, combined with his very problematic choice in language back in the day resurfacing, turned a lot of people off of him. Star decided to sell his mansion in California and move to Wyoming, where he lives on a yak farm. Yes, Jeffree was pretty much cancelled before, but for the fans he still had, he posted content of his new life. Star made countless videos of and with his yaks, showing them off to fans. Then earlier this year he shocked fans when he announced that he would be starting to sell the yaks' meat. Now of course, having a farm and selling meat is nothing to cancel someone over. I definitely have no problem with that. What fans were upset over is the fact that he lied about it. Prior to selling the meat, Jeffree spoke of the animals as though he wouldn't be using them for that reason. Star has spoken a lot over the past year about his love for yak farming, saying he's in love with their spirit, calling his 40+ animals part of his family. In September of last year, Jeffree filed a trademark line for yak-related products, including yarn, treats, clothing, and more. Following the report coming out, Jeffree himself posted an Instagram story claiming his yaks were just for petting and loving. This is why fans were upset when they heard about the meat being sold. It's clear Star's plan to farm, harvest, and sell meat from his yaks has likely been in the works for years. Number 6, Chef Veronica Shaw. Widely known as Chef P, she's the creator of the highly criticized viral pink sauce. Amassing millions of views across TikTok related to reviews, speculation, and explanations, the pink sauce creator was met with scandal after advertising and distributing her product primarily through social media. It's clear from people who did buy and receive the pink sauce that there were a lot of things that were overlooked, and when it comes to selling a food product, nothing can be overlooked. The sauce that was often cited as Pepto-Bismol-like in color and texture promises a sweet, spicy, and tangy flavor. That being said, I think most customers only experience the tangy part in the worst way possible. According to the website, the sauce is made from dragon fruit, honey, chili peppers, garlic, and sunflower oil. The controversy really began when the production method of the product was questioned. Several customers who received pink sauce reported a rancid scent, distended bottles, or already exploded bottles upon receiving it. On top of that, a typo on the nutrition label stated 444 servings per container when it should have been 30. This prompted a lot of backlash. Kayla Said It on Twitter wrote, "As a food scientist, do not buy that pink sauce. People are receiving bloated bottles, meaning one of two things: there's a bacterial reaction occurring, in brackets gas production, and or there are 0 preservatives." Chef P defended her product, saying she's fixing the issues and that it's a small business with things moving really fast. At this point, the initial excitement of the sauce has worn off, and I know people don't play when it comes to food safety. I think the pink sauce train has left the station. At number 5, Nikocado Avocado. Another YouTuber who's used to being called out for his problematic behavior is at it once again. With every scandal, people are only becoming less and less interested to see what the shocking YouTuber will come out with next. Nick Perry is a YouTuber known for his extreme eating videos and the insane transformation he's gone through since the beginning of his time online. He's been involved in many controversies over the 8 years he's been a YouTuber. Perry clearly pulls out the shock value for his videos, but as he only gets more extreme, his subscribers in the YouTube community are concerned. Nick started out his time on YouTube as an aspiring musician and vegan vlogger. Now he only posts shocking eating videos, including one where he cries, shaving his head over fried eggs and ramen noodles. In the past few years, Nick has made a lot of videos about feuds he's been in with other creators, videos of him and his ex-husband Orlin physically and verbally fighting, and videos where he's expressed concern for his health despite making no changes. This year, Nick has been posting more of the same concerning and often jarring content. I think most of his loyal fans are finally starting to question if their support is making things worse. Especially when it comes to his seemingly declining health, fans are tuning out of the extreme eating videos more and more. One fan even commented on a recent video of his, "I wish Nick would worry more about his health than his views." At number 4, Catherine McBroom. 2 years after launching her own skincare brand, 1212 Gateway, the influencer was dropped by the brand altogether. To give you some background, in 2021, her former business partner TBL Cosmetics sued her for $30 million. She lost the lawsuit, and last February she was ordered to pay $763,000. There were many reasons why she was taken to court, but most of them came down to dishonesty, unprofessional conduct, and bad business practices. From the time it was launched launched her company has been hit by wave after wave of negative reviews, and the beauty community straight up labeled the whole brand as a scam. There were complaints of empty product containers, disheveled packaging, and some people claimed that they were charged extra for a cancelled order. Other claims that the product was so harsh it even burned their faces. Catherine was just supposed to be the face of the 1212 Gateway and promote it on social media, while TBL would take care of management and business operations. But it wasn't long before TBL realized that Catherine was literally trying to take over their company, with them accusing her of organizing a coup against TBL as well as conspiring with her family and friends to stage a takeover of management. The company also claimed that she changed the passwords to their social media accounts, including their email, website, and Shopify. Catherine of course denied all their allegations, but her antics landed her in some serious hot water. She can deny all she wants, but people stay skeptical due to her and husband Austin McBroom's history of not living up to expectations and ultimately scamming their fans. At number 3, Austin McBroom. Well, if I'm gonna include Catherine, I may as well throw Austin in here too. The McBrooms are the masterminds behind the family channel called The Ace Family. At this point, I think the only reason they're still getting views on YouTube from their 18 million subscribers is due to them being a family channel, meaning their audience is quite young. In terms of an audience over age of 12, I'm not sure they exist, because I think this year alone they got into at least 4 different scandals. The one I will touch on in this video is Ace Fest. McBroom decided that on July 9th earlier this year they were going to be throwing an event called Ace Fest. Many who attended this extremely hyped up and advertised event were disappointed with promises broken, false advertisement, long lines, overpriced food, and blistering heat. The couple have over 18 million subscribers, mostly featuring their children on their channel, but they announced that at the end of 2022 they were quitting YouTube to travel. But before they go, they wanted to throw this festival. McBroom described the event as Disneyland meets Coachella, which it ended up being the furthest thing from. Prices for their event were about $100 per ticket if you bought a family bundle, but $121 if purchased solo. For context, the price of a one-day pass to Disneyland starts at $104. Basically, the verdict was people were expecting more from the way they hyped up the event and felt ripped off. It was described as an overpriced carnival, and once again the family was accused of scamming their fans. Maybe leaving for 2023 would be the best for the Ace family. Number 2, Nikita Dragun. Last month, the YouTuber was arrested after walking around naked at a Miami Beach hotel pool and causing a public disturbance. Police say when they got there, Nikita had been causing a disturbance for a long period of time, and when they asked her to cut it out, she became irate and threw water on the hotel staffers. Then when the police and security went up to her room, she apparently opened the door after several knocks, but ended up slamming the door in their faces. From that point on, things escalated very quickly. Nikita opened the door again and asked them, "Do you want more?" She then swung at them with an open water bottle, which spilled all over the cops. At that point, she was handcuffed and arrested. Although it does make sense that she would be punished for her actions, some of her fans have pointed out that nothing she did was that serious to warrant an arrest. They think there must be some other kind of hidden reason that she was taken to jail. From that point on, a video went viral of Nikita on social media which showed her in jail talking to a judge. She gets asked, "Do you have the money to post the bond?" Nikita then looks uncertain and asks how much it is. And when she finds out it will come up to about $2,000, she said, "I might have to check." When that video came out, one of her fans, a Florida-based TikToker named Ivy Wyatt, came to her rescue and ended up paying her bond. Even though her time in custody was short-lived, it's not the first time Nikita has done something messy online. She's been called out before for a number of reasons, but this last incident might need a little more than a notes app apology to win back her fans. And at number 1, Ned Fulmer. Probably the most widely reported YouTuber cancellation of the year was Ned Fulmer of the Try Guys. Formed by the company BuzzFeed in 2014, the 4 guys, Zach, Keith, Eugene, and previously Ned, made the Try Guys into its own channel where they now have over 8 million subscribers. On September 25th, member Ned Fulmer was accused of cheating on his wife with one of the channel's employees. It started out as rumors in a popular Reddit thread, but fans took the group's silence as a sign they were wrong. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Photos came out of what appeared to be Fulmer making out with his employee, associate producer Alexandria Herring, who is engaged in New York City. At first, the allegations were hearsay as the photos were blurry. Then on September 27th, the Try Guys confirmed that Ned was no longer a part of the group in a statement posted to their socials. The post said, "Ned is no longer working with the Try Guys. As a result of a thorough internal review, we do not see a path forward together." Now this was extra insane because not only was she engaged, she was his employee that he was cheating with. Ned himself is married, a fact he has built a large part of his personality around. He's the guy who loves his wife and kids so much it's all he talks about. Now Ned has even been cut out of new videos recorded before the scandal, the merch campaign, and episodes of their Food Network show. That was the top 10 influencers who were cancelled in 2022. I've been your host Maddie, and I will catch you next time for another top 10 countdown.